What's up everyone, OJ here, welcome back to another video, and I have to say, the salt is real, the salt is over 9,000, I mean, it's just absolutely incredible the type of lengths that people will go through for free, for literally making nothing off of this in order to be angry or upset about a video game, not about real world issues, not about something actually going on, but a video game developed by Platinum Games. Now, for those who don't know, over on the fantastic site Metacritic, there are user review scores. There is two separate reviews. You have reviews from the actual professionals, which count towards sometimes bonuses for the professionals, whatever the case is. I know a lot of companies have went away from doing that when it comes to the Metacritic score and bonuses and deals, but regardless, most Japanese companies don't do that. But yeah, it's just something that to hang your hat on, right? It's something to like, okay, well, if this gets this type of Metacritic score, you know, it can be running for Game of the Year or whatever the case is, awards, all of that, more sales. So it does matter for a lot of people out there, and for developers, they want to see that their game is rated highly by critics, just like moviegoers or just like Rotten Tomatoes or whatever the case is. So there is that. Now, Astral Chain is sitting nice and pretty with a 87 on Metacritic, with the large majority of the reviews being very positive, 2 mixed reviews, and 0 negative reviews. So this is, I think, like underneath a 7 or something like that, and it gets pretty much a negative review, so 6s and down, or worse than 6s more like it, because yeah, there are like a 65 or something like that, and that's still a mixed review, so I guess like worse than like 6. So pretty much 0 negative reviews at all, only 2 mixed reviews on the normal Metacritic side from the actual professionals, and there's air quotes going on there, but you guys know what I'm talking about here. But now next up, what we're going to be focusing on is this review bombing, this salt, this overdose of sodium when it comes to Astral Chain and the user score, and that's the separate thing that you can look at. And Astral Chain is sitting at a 7.0. Now, you guys know me, I've talked about it if you come to my live streams. This obviously is irrelevant. This is actually 100% irrelevant when it comes down to it in the overall scope of Astral Chain. The game is doing well, eShop's doing well, people are going out there and buying it. See a lot of people talk about the game, great reviews from the places that actually matter, but the user score is funny because usually you don't see stuff like this. But the thing that I've noticed is that sometimes you'll see stuff like this when it comes to Platinum Games, and I think that Platinum Games titles sometimes bring the worst out of the gaming community when it comes to their opinion or people just doing things because they're mad or angry. Now, we saw this almost 5 years ago with Bayonetta 2. People were so angry and so upset that the game was a Nintendo exclusive that they did do review bombs, that they went out there and said crazy things, that they went out there and did sometimes crazy things, you know. So it's one of those things that we've seen before. Heck, it was so bad that Mega 64, the comedy group, actually made a Bayonetta 2 video, and it was absolutely hilarious. Now, I'm not going to show you guys that, but I will have a link in the description below so you guys can check out that Bayonetta 2 video. And those were things in that video that they actually reenacted or whatever the case is for comedy's sake. Now, if you're looking over at this user score here, 7.0 user score, 573 positive reviews once people saw what was going on, 11 mixed reviews, and 254 negative reviews. Now, here is the timetable for what was happening here. So essentially, everything was fine, right? Then all of a sudden, negative reviews just started coming out of nowhere. People just started flooding the Metacritic with negative reviews around the time the game came out. Obviously, the game just dropped on Friday, so yesterday for most people by the time that you're watching this video. So people just started flooding it with negative reviews, and it was like a whole wave of people sitting here and crying about stuff, and you can clearly tell that, one, they probably don't have a Switch, and two, they probably didn't even play the game. There's no way that you can sit there and give this fully detailed, or not even fully detailed. Some of these are like a couple sentences just saying it's 30 frames per second. No action game should be 30 frames per second. So it's not even like, did they play the game? Like, that's what they're complaining about. That's the reason why you're giving it literally zeros for it being 30 frames per second, you know, and talk about the combat is just so horrible and all these different things, not really giving any reasons why, mentioning that people to go play Bayonetta and all that. And I'm not going to give any of these people the clout that they're so like looking for when it comes to posting their name or even some of the stuff that they said. You guys can check it out right there, but I just find it interesting. I just find it interesting and I find it funny because this really is because it's like Switch exclusive. This is the thing that we've seen so many times. They're so salty that it's a Switch exclusive. They're so salty that they can't play it on their PS4 or their Xbox One or their PC because Platinum Games' titles like Bayonetta, well not Bayonetta 2, but Bayonetta and then also Vanquish and Nier, all those games, they do come out on multiple different systems, but Nintendo literally not only paid for this, but they literally helped the direction of this game and helped make it what it is. Just not financially, but actually with their own thought process. You know, they were a co-developer in some sorts to this game. So people getting salty over the fact that it's a Nintendo exclusive, which a lot of these people are. Like a lot of these people are, I do not even believe that they even played this game, and not enough to sit there and start giving it a 0 out of 10. I mean, some of this stuff is not even in English. Some of it, people like sitting here complaining in Spanish and in other types of language and stuff. It just seems to me like it's really heavy on the Scouter sodium level. The Vegeta Scouter sodium level just absolutely destroyed on some of these reviews here. And like I stated before, this is just a waste of time, right? This is a colossal waste of time on their end. Now, me talking about it, definitely not a waste of time at all to put it on my channel, you know what I'm saying, because that's content. But I just find it hilarious that these people are so angry. Now let's talk a little bit about this game Astral Chain because of the combat and because of what's going on with the game. Now I talked about it. I had a video that I did saying simply amazing, and I talked about how it's the Switch game of your dreams when it comes down to it, and the combat is so great and everything. And I will talk about it versus Bayonetta and everything like that, and I do believe Bayonetta 3, when that game comes out, that's actually going to one-up Astral Chain. I feel that Astral Chain is amazing, and it's definitely one of the best Platinum Games titles ever made. It's easily one of the best graphics-wise. It is phenomenal. The style, the art, everything that they've done is actually really cool. And yes, when Bayonetta comes out, Bayonetta 3 that is, that game's going to be huge. That game is probably going to revolutionize things when it comes to it, because Astral Chain is like a revolutionary action game. There's no other action game that I have ever played like Astral Chain, having that type of combat with multiple different legions, being able to switch, the RPG elements that they've thrown in, it is freaking incredible. You know, they've done some great things, but I know Bayonetta, that's Bayonetta. It's the third game in the franchise. But I do feel that Astral Chain is going to continue to improve as a franchise. I think that it's going to do well enough. People are going to buy the game. People are liking the game. It's fantastic. These reviews are absolutely 100% fraudulent. You know what I'm saying? 100% fraudulent user reviews that are angry and that are upset that they don't get exactly what they want, so therefore they go there, cry and complain for free because they have nothing better to do on a Friday night than sit there and go on a user Metacritic and waste your time. But then again, some of them didn't waste too much time. They literally have 1 to 2 sentence reviews with a 0 or a 2 or a 3 right next to it. So if anything, all this does in terms of what these people are trying to say here, all this does is basically just put more attention on Astral Chain. More people came to give it positive reviews. More people are saying go pick up the game. So the effect that people wanted to have, which was a negative thing for people to come there and see it and be negative, it's actually the opposite. Now more people are interested in the game. Now more people have probably went out and picked up the game. Now more people are saying, hey, these people are full of it, you know, when it comes down to it. And I am going to go support the game. Heck, I've seen that on Twitter already. So that's the thing. Like a lot of times when people try to do something negative, a lot of times people turn it into a positive, and that's exactly what's going on here with Astral Chain. So I'm here to tell you guys, make sure you go out there and buy Astral Chain. These user scores are fraudulent. Listen to the actual Metacritic scores. If you want to listen to some scores and you need some discourse in terms of what to go to, listen to that. Check out my videos. Check out all the videos that are out there on the game. The game is freaking amazing. It's fun. It is unique. It has a ton of action in there, a lot of different stuff. There's like no like microtransactions or crazy DLC. I mean, everything is packed in there. It is a full, complete experience that of course can get better. Obviously there are some things based off some reviews that I've seen that it can do better or whatever the case is, but when it comes down to it and how good the game is, it is a very enjoyable, high quality, great game. So once again, this whole review bombing has had the exact opposite effect, and now people are making more positive videos and going there and putting more positive reviews and going there and saying, hey, go buy the game and support Platinum Games. So it is what it is there, but I think that once again, negative turning it into a positive. So what are you guys' thoughts on Astral Chain? Have you guys picked it up? What are you guys' thoughts on the sodium levels of these people here that are continually wasting their time when it comes down to the user scores and giving it horrible reviews without probably even playing the game or even getting enough gameplay in order to make the silly comments that they're making here? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for this RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace.